get it. I got this. I got whatever. And but a lot of times, one of the most valuable things is being able to be in an imperfect situation and still work towards achieving a goal.
Yeah.
Because that's the reality of most things. We want things to be perfect and clean and everything else, but the reality of most business or even social situations is not that. Right?
I mean, learning to deal with adversity and failure in sports will help translate as an adult, because everything you do in life, there's failure with it. And if you don't handle the failure, you won't progress.
And one of the things that you should be able to learn is to fail and fail with your head up and go shake their hand. Then you go back to the drawing board and figure out how to make sure it doesn't happen again. And we're losing a lot of that. Now you just don't play anymore. You go to a different league. You go do whatever.
Well, that's what traces what our thought was and our thought process is. Because I'll tell you, it was a major undertaking, and it still is. It's getting tougher and tougher. We've had to automate because of the number of sponsorships. I can give you a quick number. Since January 1st, I've had 85 sponsorships requests come through.
Wow.
That's enormous. Anywhere from $80, $60 to $150. More than that, but our cap's $150. So you can see the money that's starting to get generated and the need. I mean,
is that primarily coming from Little Leagues ramping up, things like that?
Yeah, say YSO's ramping up. They come in spurts for whichever organizations. The charter schools. It's on a quarterly basis with them typically. But yeah, AYSO's big organization. Mojave Little League, Boyd City League. Needles, same way. So we in our bylaws, it's Needles to Laughlin. So it is the tri-state area. What I love to see, it's a point to where nobody has to play or pay to play.
Right.
I would love that, but we're not there yet by no means. I mean, there are a lot of kids. There's a lot of kids that we've been doing for 4 years. Every year they're coming back, and the parents are still asking, for help, and we're assisting them. I'm starting to see some of those kids actually be in our ACE awards, which is kind of cool.
That's very cool.
We don't bring that up at that because we don't want to jeopardize a parent or the kid and saying, oh yeah, we've sponsored them for the last 4 years, because it puts them in a class that maybe financially are not as well off as some others. So it's not something we'll pass with, but I have seen them.
We don't want to highlight that. However, that is probably what we want to see the most. Because that's a kid who did not have all the advantages. That's a kid who...
That's why we're doing it.
Right. Yeah, that is exactly what we want to see. So internally, that's what it's all about.
So, goosebumps.